All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Achieve 10X TV, where we are interviewing local people helping our local community. My name is Jimmy Yin. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, herbalist, and nutritionist. And today I'm super excited to have Anthony Hernandez, insurance agent, on the show. So, Anthony, why don't you introduce yourself? All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Achieve 10X TV, where sorry, there's a little background. So, Anthony, introduce yourself.
Sure. First and foremost, thanks for having me on the show. I'm excited to hopefully bring some good content to the folks out there, and hopefully just bring some clarity to kind of what's happening with the pandemic and small businesses and the insurance industry as a whole. But like Jimmy said, my name is Anthony. I'm a local insurance agency owner out here in Cedar Park. Been in the industry for about years. Before that, owned Mexico cell phone store, so kind of always had that entrepreneurial spirit about me, and that kind of rolled over to the insurance world, and it's been a life-changing opportunity being in insurance, and one that I would do.
Nice. So let's start off by, let people know, what are some, let me ask, what are some common questions that people are asking you right now about insurance?
So right now around insurance, a lot of people are asking, because I put out there kind of fast and furious about all of the rebates, the discounts, and things like that a lot of carriers are doing around their policies right now to kind of help, with just the financial aspect, especially with lockdowns, things like that going on. That's probably been the biggest question. The second question, probably the major that is, is because we do came out of commercial policies and small. I hate saying small business owners because there's nothing small about what business owners do.
Anthony, can you repeat?
But around that,
you were kind of choppy.
I'm sorry?
Can you repeat what you just said?
Oh, sure, absolutely. So there's probably two main questions that were asked right now. The first is, how are all these discounts, return of premium, what does all that mean and look like, and how is it going to affect their own policies? And the second question, again, because we do work with a lot of business owners. I hate calling them small business owners because in my eyes, there's nothing small about what I remember talking about with income, loss of business income. How does that work? How does that work? I mean, it's kind of plain. So those are the two biggest questions that we're getting on a
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're coming out really choppy. It's hard to understand. Let's see. Well, let's continue on. We may need to redo this interview again. But let's see.
Yeah, no problem. What I can do is, if it comes out just unusable, we can do it again. I can do it from the house where I have a better connection and everything as well. But yeah, more than happy to do it twice or anything like that as well. So yeah, you kind of, I'll let lead the way because you're kind of seeing what's how it's coming out on your end. We'll go from there.
Okay. All right. So, so from a personal level, like individual and their families, what are some things they need to consider, especially right now during COVID-19, in regards to insurance?
So around insurance and around the personal line. So we're talking your home, auto, rental property, things like that. and this may be hard, but what people need to consider is just not canceling those policies first and foremost, because the way I look at it is, the insurance industry as a whole, we've seen they have data on lots of different things. And what I'm getting to is, we're just at the beginning of this whole pandemic situation, and there's kind of a process to the and what I don't want to see happen is, to a point where people are trying to just kind of hunker down and, some of the fat as far as cost goes, things like that, and they end up, well, we're not driving, let's just cancel them out of policy, or we'll cancel the policy on the home or the rental property or something like that. And then the next part of that is, we start to see, the desperation set in society, and we break-in, vandalism, things like that. And, I would hate for someone to just kind of be left with nothing because they need to save, a few dollars. And, as an agent, you can't be naive. You know that if it's the lights or the insurance, you kind of know which one's paid and which one's not, from that aspect. So one thing that we are doing is, we're kind of looking at one's policy, trying to see if there's a way to save, or maybe increase the deductible to level up you're comfortable with, to kind of help bring in some of that cost down or like that, or even look at revising coverages. The one thing that I would hate for someone to immediately just kind of jump the gun on is just cutting that policy off. And then we have a scenario happen where, again, either if it's auto, they have an accident, or it's a theft, or that's what we're dealing with a lot right now, is getting a lot of for claims for a lot of car break-ins, a lot of thefts. We even had one where a gentleman, his house was being broken into, and he actually came home in the middle of it. And, we were talking about coverage on the property and things like that. So, there's, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do, but as a trust advisor, one thing that we can assist with is, through the policies and seeing if there's a way to kind of help, lower the cost, but still keep the policy intact for when they need it.
Yeah, it's funny when I'm driving around, even with the shelter in rule that we had, for over a month, I actually saw more car accidents than when we were, back in just normal business. So it's like, just like you said, you don't want to lose that insurance coverage because for some reason there's more car accidents.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of a psychological thing, because if you're, in the beginning, if you were essential, you're gonna, you had to be on the road and things like that. But it's just a psych feeling, knowing like, oh well, traffic should be lighter then, and you kind of guard down a little bit, and that's just happen, especially when you're, what's the old saying, when a mile from your home is when 50% of accidents happen, because again, you're relaxed, your guards are down, you're not as old as you are. And things like that. So, there's a lot of action on the road, but this was one where people just got comfortable, and yeah, we see kind of an uptake a little bit because of that. But mainly in the commercial auto side, again, those essential workers had to be on the road, the contractors, the restaurant owners, things like that. So yeah, that definitely was kind of the side that wasn't really talked about as much, that we did see a lot of, or some uptake. But at the same time, we're going back to kind of the discounts that some of the carriers were offering. Because carriers, in the insurance business, the carriers don't like to just charge premium just because. So this was something that it was a nice, pleasant surprise to see so many of the carriers that we work with, particularly, step up and have these discount programs in place and return premium and things like that. Because you got to know, from a business owner kind of standpoint, that all the resources are not being spent, from the claims adjuster to claims adjuster vehicles going out there, being on the road, things like that. So there was really just kind of a real downshift expenses. So, but that premium was still there. same time, we're not paying out claims. They're not using resources. I mean, it just kind of made a little bubble for the carriers to kind of step up and really help out dealers by returning some of that premium. And still remaining profitable at the same time. So that was really, really fantastic of them. Commend them for taking those steps as well. But at the same time, it is a copycat industry, like most. So when it came out, it was almost a rush to see who's going to come out next there with their type of program. But at the end of the day, it was just a big help to everybody.
So let's talk about from like a business, because you deal with business owners also. So what are some things that business owners may not be aware of, that may need to think about, like during this pandemic, what type of information or insurance that they need to get additional coverage on?
Sure. Well, I guess the first part of that is, again, I just talked about earlier, one of the main questions we are getting from business owners is, well, hey, I know I have lost income or business interruption, kind of whatever that wording was, a policy. How does that work? I need it. I need a valid claim. I need to do that. The one thing that a lot of people are aware of is, 99.9% of the policies out there follow what's called ISO form. ISO. It's a organization that kind of creates the industry standards, so to speak, for the business. So, it's so you get your policy in the mail and you have that big 100-page with all the legal kind of mumbo jumbo in there. Those are the ISO forms. And from carrier to carrier, those are things that are pretty much the same as them, so to speak. Maybe with some endorsement, different things like that, but for the most part, that is kind of the biggest thing that there were a lot of assumptions made about. But one thing that maybe wasn't, some other agents or carriers didn't explain well is that the way it works with business owners, it has to be accompanied with some type of property loss. So kind of an easy example is, you have a restaurant that had a grease fire and 10% of the space was burned, and obviously they can't win it while construction is going on and things like that. So the business closed. So because there was a property loss associated with loss that's there, then that would enact a loss of business income on their policy. Because when you look at those ISO forms, bacteria, viruses, and I think even some, the word pandemic was put in there where it's excluded from coverage. So there was a whole mass assumption at first where it was like, oh, well, I've got loss of business income, I'm good. When you drill down and really look at those forms, specifically virus was excluded from it. So that was a whole net set of a kind of disclaimer that was set in, and you really had to be the bearer of bad news a little bit, explain those things to you. But at the same time, a lot of business owners are resilient. And the lesson as far as what that looks like, as far as how those policies, are very detailed. Because this isn't something that anyone, I would have thought coming years and years and years. But at the same time, these things do create issue, and I would not be shocked to see that carriers per some type of coverage in the future, because by nature of the insurance industry is kind of reactionary to things, and this is one of the things that'll help cost mitigation from that. But one thing that business owners can do is you can speak to your agent, look and see what coverage that you do have in there, because again, going back to it, just on the personal auto policy we talked about, I said just don't be in a rush. You just had some claims already where vandalism is taking place, break-ins are taking place, and we're seeing those policies step up, handle some of those things. One example is I have a gentleman who owns a lot of commercial property, and one of those being a car wash in San Antonio. And literally, it was like the first day of down, his camera's up, someone busting the change machines out of all car washes, taking this block and knocking pillar down. It's
Yeah.
one of those things that causes people to go and do that, but you know, you you really need to make sure that you have the coverage that you need. But it's also, again, your responsibility to make sure to ask those questions and pose those scenarios to you to, make sure that your whole risk is covered in a scenario like that. So again, the biggest advice I give any business owner is just don't be in a rush to just completely cancel what you may have. There may be an opportunity to look at revising it. This is also a great opportunity for insurance agents to reach out and make sure that their insureds or clients know exactly what policy um, is going to be covering them for, what deductibles look like, if in a claim, because sometimes their deductibles look at a percentage. Or is that a percentage? Because there's a lot of percentage of the claim, there's a percentage of what the policy is. So, make sure some of those little details are kind of, checked off that way. People have kind of a layman's term understanding of what their policy will cover and not cover for them. Because one example I have for you around pandemic insurance is, I'm sure it's well publicized, your audience may already know about it, but you think of the Masters tournament. Every year for like the last 10 years, they've been paying for an actual pandemic policy. Lloyd's of London. Lloyd's will insure anything and everything. And 10 years ago, what threat was there of a pandemic? A person like you and me wouldn't even be on the radar for the most part. But it's one of those things where big organizations had that foresight, and so their whole business is around public gatherings and people being there, and, charging absurd amounts of money and making. So for the last couple of years, they've been paying specifically for a pandemic policy, and obviously that Masters isn't happening this year for the future. So that policy is paying out $144 million based on just them having that specifically for that cause of loss. So those things that where again, the average person, the average business owner may not have even thought about that being an issue. So that's one of those things where I say, again, the insurance industry is reactionary, and hopefully in the future we'll see some come around this, or maybe the government will mandate type of coverage in the future for this type of thing. But again, I don't think anyone saw this coming, but those are just kind of some of the they were helping to navigate.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna have to redo this, because you're giving us so much good information, and definitely information I want to know. But yeah, let's reschedule for next week, and so we can, because I want people to hear this, because I got bits and pieces of it, and what you're talking about is vitally important, especially as a business owner. It's vitally important. But where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Hernandez Insurance. You can be on Instagram as well, Insure Cedar Park, and we're on Yelp as well. Insure Cedar Park, Anthony Hernandez Insurance, Financial Services. Yeah, I think we're across every platform. And also LinkedIn as well.
Okay.
So yeah, we'd love to be a resource. I think the goal of any insurance agency or broker is to first kind of be innovative, do the insurance 101. I mean, that's the first and foremost what we're obligated to do, and then from there, if the sale comes, that's just kind of the icing cake. So, love to be a resource for anyone that for sure. But yeah, let's definitely reschedule. I'd love to do it again, and next time I'll better surroundings, a little bit stronger signal and get this going, or I may even shoot over to your office and do it with you.
Yeah,
do it with you.
that. Yeah, we can do that.
We can do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll
Okay.
shoot up we'll do an office 101 and go that route.
Okay. All right. If you can post, I'll share this on Facebook. If you can post all of your handles below in a comment so people can, reach out to you. But for the audience, we are going to do this again because this is vital information from a personal level. Because I got the piece about, talking about vandalism both at home and in the business. So these are things that, that normally they don't occur that often, but during this pandemic, things are happening that they don't normally happen, and so you want to be
Absolutely. It's one
right.
of those things, you know, it's like I said, these things kind of go in waves, and fortunately we're starting to see that the next wave that's picking up. At least that we're seeing in our office, and I would not be surprised, across the country starting to see some of those things maybe have an uptake. So, that's an opportunity for the insurance policies that folks have, um, just that viewers are exposed to, as well, and kind of show that, so to speak. So, but yeah, I'd love to come join the studio and do this again and put some of the greatest out there.
Okay, cool. All right, Anthony, I will reach out to you and we'll get this rescheduled.
Okay,
Okay,
that sounds great, Jimmy.
thank you.